My colleague will demonstrate by reference to the Hansard in the evidence in support of the motion when and how those proceedings took place. Would it be in order for the Senate to proceed against a court order? Mr. Speaker, I will ask to perhaps add a word in the question that was put to us by Senator Mudama. Will it be in order for the Senate to proceed against an unlawful court order? We have gone to great lengths to demonstrate that that order is unlawful, it is made without jurisdiction, and it is made in circumstances where it is clear, and there are binding pronouncements both of the Court of Appeal and of the Supreme Court that that court disregarded, that that court's jurisdiction only arises upon the completion of the impeachment proceedings. Those proceedings have not been completed, and that order is therefore to be ignored. I cede the rest of my time to my learned colleague so that he can cover the other important issues.
Honorable Speaker, my name is Moreno Boniface Marrera. On the first question by the Majority Leader, on who is the Clerk of the Assembly at the moment, from the Salad Boru's affidavit, the Clerk of the Assembly, he has sworn an affidavit in support of the Governor, in support of the Governor's case. From his own affidavit, he confirms that he was sent on leave on 16th of June. He was sent on compulsory leave on 16th of June of 2025. The court suspended the decision, sending him on compulsory leave on 1st of July 2025. The motion that is before you was tabled on 18th of June when the clerk was on leave. It was debated on 26th of June of 2025, still again when the clerk was on leave. Therefore, the clerk cannot be a witness of fact as to what transpired in the Assembly on these 2 days when the motion was tabled and when it was debated, because he was on compulsory leave. He only resumed after the court, the Employment and Labor Relations Court, granted him interim relief on 1st of July. On the question by Senator Karungo, the video and audio Hansard has not been filed. It was not anticipated by the Assembly at the time of filing his documents that the Governor would be challenging whether there was a sitting. But I have just been informed by the Speaker that he has an audio recording, the Assembly has an audio recording of the Hansard. So if it is required, it shall be filed with the Office of the Clerk. I have checked the rules, Honorable Speaker. The rules do not provide for filing of additional documents after documents have been exchanged between parties on Friday, when we came and served the Office of the Clerk with the documents for the respective parties. So if it is required, the audio recording of the answer, it shall be provided. On the question by Senator Muma on whether there is a social media site for the Assembly, there is no social media site for the Assembly proceedings, so there is no record either on YouTube or on the Assembly sittings that day. For other previous proceedings, if there is members of the press who are allowed in the chamber, there are proceedings for those days. But on this specific day, there was violence. And as I was saying, Honorable Speaker, this is a matter of evidence. If you go to our volume 1, you will find an OB report on page 42. This OB is on the breaking in on the County Assembly on the date of the debate. And with your leave, Honorable Speaker, I would request that our video number 6 be played. That video will demonstrate that the entire Hansard of the County Assembly was vandalized on the 26th of June 2025, when these proceedings, when the debate on the motion was ongoing, and therefore the County Assembly, Honorable Speaker, all the records, including the Hansard of 18th, were stolen. What is more curious, Honorable Speaker, from our video number 9 in our folder, is that the only office in the entire County Assembly that was spared is the Office of the Clerk. And this clerk is a witness for the Governor. On the question by Senator Nyamu, whether the Governor was invited, it is indeed true. On our volume number 5, page 5 of that volume, that is a letter of invitation sent to the governor. It was served, and an affidavit of service is filed in that regard. On the last question by Senator Umtata, whether on the effect of that court order, a court order that is given by a court lacking jurisdiction, as my senior said, is a nullity in law. It is of no legal consequence, to borrow the words by the governor's lawyers. On the question by Senator Mundigi, indeed public participation was undertaken. We have 2 volumes, volume 4A and volume 4B on that question. Honorable Speaker, I would request your indulgence for time to have those 2 videos played. They're crucial to this question of whether indeed the assembly sat, because they demonstrate the violence and the vandalism that took place in the assembly on the 26th of June. In that regard, I would request for maybe additional time to play those 2 videos.
Counsel for the Governor, there is a request that has been put forth by the Counsel for the County Assembly to play a certain video in proof that indeed the sittings took place.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. May I seek your indulgence to understand the issue? Do I understand the request by the County Assembly Council to be that a video can be played here which will show that the sitting took place? Because if that is the request they are making, then they can play it. We see where that sitting took place. We'll also be glad to see it ourselves.
Now, Counsel for the County Assembly, it is your case. The question that is before you, there has been an assertion from the team of the governor that no sittings took place. Now, you've decided to play a video in response to that allegation. Is that video going to show us a sitting taking place? Or is it a video showing us a sitting never took place because of certain reasons?
Honorable Speaker, that video, as I've already stated, due to the unique circumstances, the proceedings of that day, the vandalism, the violence, the mayhem, in the Assembly precincts on 26th of June, the video we're about to play is not a video of the sitting of the Assembly. It is a video showing the entire destruction of the Hansard office in the County Assembly.
No, honorable senators, again, I'm going to say it. It is your case. If that video proves that the conditions were such that a sitting could not take place, how is it going to aid your case? But it is your case. You can proceed. Let the council play his... Yes, Senator Umtata, what is your clarification?
I thought we were handling a preliminary objection. We cannot begin examining evidence. Otherwise,
Senator Umtata.
Yes, Your Honor.
I hear you. Just take your seat. The clarifications that have been sought here is for the County Assembly to indeed confirm that a sitting took place. I think several senators rose to seek that clarification. In response to that, the County Assembly has requested to play a video.
I'm just to say, it's a question of evidence that is contested, and that's all we need to know. If it's a question of evidence contested, then we shall deal with the evidence when we get there. If we begin looking at the evidence now, I would rather we just deal with matters of law, which are matters of preliminary objection, and they had argued it well, and they had said it's a matter of evidence. And if that's the case, that's a matter of evidence, then what's the fate of the PO?
Very well, Honorable Senator. You will make that decision when you debate and vote on the motion. Just hear what the County Assembly wants to show you. It is upon you, using that same line of argument, to either take it or leave it when the time for making decision arrives. You may proceed.
Honorable Speaker, the video we are about to play, and I'm responding to the concern that was raised, is not to demonstrate that the circumstances were that it was not possible to hold a sitting. Our position is that there was a sitting of the Assembly. However, due to the violence and the disruption, and I don't want to go to affidavits, Honorable Speaker, because that's a matter of evidence, as Senator Mtata submits. The circumstances after that sitting were that the Hansard report was vandalized, and that is why, Honorable Speaker, as we came to Senate and as we exchanged documents, the answer that was filed was not a recording of the actual sitting of the Assembly. The answer was vandalized after the sitting. So, Honorable Speaker, with your leave, if the Assembly can be allowed to, that audio recording...
Honorable Senators, kindly view the recording and make your decision at a time when you're supposed to make your decision. Proceed.